me, Sasha, and welcome to episode 13 of the 2024 season of You Call That Targeting! My gosh, what a pretty crazy week of football. I had a pretty much trash weekend, and now today, I got diarrhea. And to be honest with you, I'm going to need some help to get through this recap. Mike, if you don't care, I would like you to take over.
What?
Because duty's calling right now. And, so I got to go. So, Mike, I'm going to hand things over to you, and I'll be right back.
Sasha, you okay? Well, Sasha is, he's off to the bathroom. And, sadly, our bathroom is really close to where we record this podcast, so I apologize for any noises you may hear. Sasha is a little under the weather, but yeah, let's get on to the recap. Starting with Georgia at Ole Miss.
I feel good.
Ole Miss.
Oh, man. It's so painful.
It's going to be tough. Georgia at Ole Miss.
This is about the 18th time today. My butthole is straight flames.
Trying to do the recap.
Oh my gosh!
This is impossible.
You hear it? Straight water. It's just flowing.
I'm just going to wait.
I'm almost done. Alright. I'm going to wipe now.
Alright, while Sasha gets cleaned up, Georgia at number 16, Ole Miss. Ole Miss wins 28-10. Sasha was the only one that picked that one correct. BYU at Utah. BYU wins 22-21. Sasha and Earl picked that one correct. I'm not doing so hot. South Carolina at Vandy. Me and Sasha picked Vandy to win. South Carolina wins big, 28-7. And then in the game of the week, me and Sasha picked LSU to win, and Alabama really took care of business, 42-13 in that game. They're looking pretty strong right now. In the NFL pick, me and Sasha picked the Cardinals to win. Earl picked the Jets, and the Cardinals with a blowout. I thought this would be a close game, but 31-6. And then the NASCAR champion, Earl, picked that one correct. Joey Logano goes on to win the NASCAR championship. We'll get on, we'll talk the NASCAR championship later. Sasha is headed back now.
Boys, that was a rough one. But yeah, I'm back, and that is, man, I don't know how I have any fluids left in me after today, but I'm gonna power through, just like the Michael Jordan flu game. This podcast has to be done. And I don't care if I dookie my absolute britches. I am going to do this podcast. And so thank you, Mike, for taking care of that recap for me. Let's move on to the point situation. I am back, or I'm in the lead with 46 points. I gained 4 points this week. Mike, nothing but pure garbage, only gained 2 points this week, and that was because of the NFL pick. He didn't get a single college football game right, which is terrible. Earl with another big week, gaining 6 points. He's up to 42 points now, so he is tied with Mike. It is a close one, guys, for that $5 Dunkin' Donuts gift card. Iowa ends up losing to UCLA 20-17, so we are still at $30 for that. But hey, let's give away some garbage awards. Starting with my team of the week, as Mike mentioned, Ole Miss beats Georgia 28-10. My gosh, they looked impressive, and Georgia looked like pure nipples. What happened to Georgia? I don't even know. They're pretty much straight garbage now. I don't know what their deal is. Congratulations to Ole Miss, and they're looking. Some weeks they look like a legit playoff team, and this was one of those weeks. But now let's talk some trash teams, starting with Kent State. I mentioned them earlier in one of my podcasts about how trash they were, right? And they couldn't win a game. But guess what? They still haven't won. They are 0-9, and they lost to Ohio Not Ohio State. Ohio, 41-0. Kent State is the only team that doesn't have a win in FBS college football. Absolute trash. Next trash team, the Miami Hurricanes. My gosh, I knew that they would lose a game. We had the question last week. I said Miami just hadn't impressed me. Yeah, they got a good quarterback, whatever. They just didn't seem legit, and Georgia Tech beat them 28-23. Nothing but pure nipples by Miami. Next trash team's Purdue. They got their absolute nipples blown back, and I think they've only won like one game so far. They're pretty terrible too. But Ohio State took care of them 45-0. And then Iowa State is my next trash team. Here they were undefeated just a few weeks ago, and now they lost to Kansas 45-36. Nothing but pure garbage. Next trash team, LSU. My goodness, me and Mike were believing that LSU would take care of Alabama because it was a night game in Death Valley. Well, guess what? LSU didn't even show up. Didn't even get off the bus. Lost 42-13. I guess if you're going to lose your first game as a head coach in Death Valley at nighttime, you need to do it in an impressive fashion. Brian Kelly sucks nipples. Next trash team, Pittsburgh, another team that was undefeated just a few weeks ago, and now they've lost 2 in a row. They lost to trash Virginia, 24-19. Nothing but pure garbage. But speaking of purest garbage, it is time for my absolute trash team in the league. My absolute trash team in the week, the Florida State Seminoles. My gosh, they've just been absolute trash all year. They probably could have been my trash team every flipping week. Nothing but pure garbage. I don't know how their coach is still hanging on to his job. I don't know how the players even want to go practice. Who would want to practice for a team that sucks as bad as Florida State? Nothing but pure garbage. They lost to my precious Notre Dame 52-3. And somebody had a question last week that said Notre Dame was going to get obliterated or decimated or whatever word they used. And it was the total opposite. Florida State, my gosh, pure garbage. So there's my awards. And now we're going to move on to questions. But first, we have a word from our sponsor for this segment. And it's from none other than my twin brother, Natasha Denbright.
Hi, this is Natasha Denbright, brother of Sasha Denbright. Are you absolutely sick of your toast being too toasted and burnt like a singed booty hair? Then it is time that you try the all-new patented D-Toaster toaster oven. Burnt toast? No problem. Not burnt, but still garbage toasted toast? No problem. Turn back the pages of time and get your bread the way you like it. And this just in, for an extra $400 for a limited time only, get an all-new attachment, the Rejuvenator apparatus with decrusting repair technology, or for short, the trawdrt, or for shorter, trawdrt. This special mechanism recrusts your bread that's already had the crust torn off. But wait! Call now and get the patented D-Toaster and the Rejuvenator apparatus with decrusting repair technology, or for short, the trawdrt, or for shorter, trawdrt. This special offer can be yours for only 56 payments of $60.71. Does not include interest charges. Call now and get yours, or visit us online at www.takebackyourtoast.org.
All right, I appreciate my brother doing that. Make sure you visit that website. If you're tired of garbage toast and you toasted it too much and you want to redo, what a great product. I have one in my house right now, and it does everything it says. It is totally worth every penny, so please go check out that website. But now, it's time for questions. First question is from Sugar Smack Urine. It says, in my humble opinion, I feel like college football is better than ever. It's like anyone can lose any given week. I think the days of an undefeated team in a power conference are over. I think that's I think that is pretty true. I mean, can you imagine a team going undefeated in the SEC right now? I mean, you got Georgia with a couple losses. You got Alabama a couple losses. Ole Miss, Tennessee. I mean, my gosh, just everybody losing games, and I can't even picture somebody going undefeated to the college football playoff and making it all the way through those games and winning a national championship. I just think, I think undefeated teams are done, at least in a power conference. There'll be those teams like some kind of Boise State or somebody like that might put together an undefeated season. But yeah, I do think the parity in college football right now. I think the bottom teams are a lot closer to the top teams now, and I think it's making for pretty entertaining football. So I agree. So next question is from Franny Farts. Is trailer park trash? Well, that's rude. But anyways, the question says, soak it in, Notre Dame fans, because this will be yet another year of the Fighting Irish making the playoffs, only to get absolutely decimated by literally any other team that's in. They can't win the big ones. Speaking of the big ones, how big does the turd gotta be from Florida State's coach before he gets canned? First of all, Notre Dame is on the way to a natty. I can promise you that. They are going to win the national championship, and so you might as well just get ready for it. And trust me, I'm going to let everybody know when they win, because I will not shut up about it. But I don't know how big the turd's got to be for Florida State's coach, because I guarantee you, if I was over that program, he just wouldn't show up anymore. I guess they're saying, oh, well, he almost took them to a playoff last year. I mean, I guess it's hard to fire a coach when you were sitting there at 13-0 last year. I mean, I know it's crazy, but I guess they're saying there's potential. He has lost this team. They do not care one bit. I think this Florida State team could lose to a good high school team, because they just don't care. They got paid their money. They knew the first couple of games that they weren't going to be competing for anything, so they just quit. Just garbage coaching and garbage players. I hate Florida State. Next question is from Big Nick. Sings Jesus Take the Wheel. Oh, I would love to hear someone great sing Jesus Take the Wheel. Because I get so sick of the Carrie Underwood version. So I would like to hear someone do a great cover. So maybe I should check out who Big Nick is. So Sasha, in your opinion, who is the most overrated metal/heavy band of all time? My answer is Five Finger Death Punch. They are garbage and can't say a word without flying F-bombs. Also, Mike is a deadbeat with no goals in life. Suck it, Mike. Great question. By far, the worst overrated, and every time I see a video of them pop up on my, when I'm scrolling through the social medias, I get so sick of this band, and that is System of a Down. My gosh, the trash vocals, trash music, and people think they're the greatest band. Man, they love them. I mean, they will fight to the death to talk about how great that band is. And my gosh, it's trash. It's almost Me Without You level garbage. My gosh, I can't stand that band. They are definitely the most overrated in my opinion. And Mike is nothing but pure trash. He does have no goals. He's just awful. All he does is have he's got a wife and kids and stuff. Well, that's all he does. He's nothing but pure garbage. So I do agree with that. But yeah, so thanks for the question. Next question is from Franny Farts. She was just mentioned as a horrible name earlier, a few questions ago, and I feel terrible for her. But we love Franny Farts here at the podcast. She says, "Hey Sasha, I've heard rumors that you're going to be putting on a big award show at the end of the college football season. That's so exciting. I hope to get an invite because I'd love to go and get to dress up all nice and celebrate my favorite podcast. P.S. I think Earl should win the Sexiest Man Alive award." Well, Well, I hate to break it to you, that if that award exists, it's not going to Earl because he's nothing but pure garbage. But you will definitely get an invite, Franny. We appreciate, your dedication and your friendship to the podcast. And yeah, you're going to have a front row seat. And yeah, it's not just a rumor, folks. We are going to put on the Sasha Denbright Awards after the end of the college football season. We're probably going to do it after the Army-Navy game before the college football playoff starts. And yeah, we're going to give away a ton of awards. Right now we got like 13 award, what do you call it? My gosh, my mind's just blank. I guess I should win the dumbest idiot award. But anyways, we got like 13 categories. There it is. It just popped in my mind. My gosh. But yeah, 13 categories that we're going to give awards away to, and we're still thinking of ideas. We might throw in some more. But it is going to be a great, kind of a tuxedo, very classy event, and we can't wait to bring it to you in podcast form. So hopefully we can paint the picture of a great awards show for you guys. So yeah, the Sasha Denbright Awards will be coming up the week after the Army-Navy game. So stay tuned for that. Last question is from Nip Slip. He was on here last week talking about Miami. And here he says, well, I spoke too early about Miami being legit undefeated. Garbage. What do you think about the Georgia players celebrating with an Ole Miss friend on the field after a loss? Kirby Smart was asked about it, and he said, what an idiot. Which he is absolutely right calling him that. Yeah, I get. If you see an old friend that you went to school with or even used to play high school ball with, whatever, you want to go shake his hand and whatever, but you're sitting there jumping on the field celebrating with the opposite team's fans after you just got embarrassed. My gosh, I guess this kid's probably some kind of trash walk-on. He probably don't even start or anything. But yeah, Kirby Smart had every right to call him an idiot. What a piece of garbage. He wouldn't be playing for me, I know that. But yeah, thank you for your question, and yeah, Miami's trash. So it is time to move on to NASCAR, and this will be the last NASCAR segment of this year, and because we have crowned a champion. So Earl, let's talk about that.
Thank you, Sasha. Yeah, Joey Logano, I called it. He wins the championship. People are so mad about it. They're like, oh, he didn't even deserve to be in the playoffs, and he wasn't good all year, and then he just got hot at the right time. I'm so tired of hearing about it. I mean, the guy won. He won in the opening round of the playoffs. He won in the round of 8, and so he won 3 of the last, I think, 9 races or 10 races. The guy's good, and he's a 3-time champion now. I'm just so sick of hearing everybody complain about NASCAR. But man, what a great season! A lot of great moments, and you and Mike picked Ryan Blaney. He had the fastest car there at the end, and he was running Joey Logano down. But Joey Logano just knows how to play defense, and He wouldn't let Blaney pass him. It was good, clean racing. Nobody tried to wreck anybody, and they drove like teammates. You know, they showed respect, and it made for a great ending of the race. Congrats to Joey Logano, and William Byron was okay, and Tyler Reddick was nothing but just hot garbage in this race. And but hey, you know, he made the Final Four, and that's a big deal. So. But yeah, congrats to Joey Logano, and yeah, I'm looking forward already to February for the Daytona 500. So it's been great talking about NASCAR on the podcast, but now it is time to put it away, and let's talk some more college football, Sasha.
Well, before we talk some more college football, Earl, let's talk NFL. Mike, what is our game of the week?
Well, I actually picked a good one this week, guys. It is the Kansas City Chiefs at the Buffalo Bills. The Bills have 2 losses. Kansas City's still undefeated. But I figured at Buffalo, you know, maybe there's a chance that we can finally see Kansas City get beat. But I am going to pick Kansas City until they prove to me that they can lose, and really until the NFL quits kissing their booties and giving them every call and treating them like they're the greatest thing. I think they're just going to keep on winning.
It makes me sick. I really think Taylor Swift has something to do with this. She's a billionaire. She's probably throwing money at the refs because it does seem like Kansas City. I mean, just this last week, they should have lost to the Denver Broncos and they blocked a field goal. It's like it's scripted, man. I mean, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but my goodness, I really feel there's some kind of football gods or something that is on the side of the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm sick of it. I hope they lose. So I'm just going to pick the Buffalo Bills just so I can cheer a little extra hard for the Bills to beat their absolutely sorry crap idiot faces.
Yeah, I'm sick of them winning too, Sasha and Mike. I mean, they get every call, and you hear Patrick Mahomes just whining and all that stuff, and I'm just sick of it. I mean, it makes me sick, and did I say it makes me sick? Because I feel like I said it, and I really do mean it. It does make me, I'm probably going to have to be on the toilet like Sasha, because it just makes me upset, to my stomach, or makes me have an upset stomach, or however you're supposed to say that. I don't even know, because it gets me so fired up, guys. But I have to pick Kansas City. I just don't think they're going to lose.
Pretty sure Earl just had a stroke in the middle of that. He couldn't form a sentence. My goodness, nothing but pure garbage. But anyways, speaking of Earl, he is at the Blind Pig Tavern in Athens, Georgia, for our game of the week. Tennessee at Georgia. Should be a good game, but who knows? You can never tell because some of these games have been nothing but pure nipples. But anyways, let's make our college football picks. All right, we're going to start with the first game, LSU at Florida. LSU just kind of fell off the rocker. I don't know what's wrong with them. The point spread's actually close in this game, even though Florida's got a third-string quarterback. I guess they're saying they've been playing pretty good, but they got their nipples absolutely blown back by Texas this last week. So I really don't know what Vegas is seeing, but I saw it, and I'm like, hey, we'll put it on there. But I'm going to pick LSU just because I think Florida is garbage.
I agree. I think Florida's garbage too, and yeah, they're on a third-string quarterback, but I just have a gut feeling right now. I really think Florida being at home makes a difference, and I think LSU's kind of on a downward spiral right now, so I'm going to pick Florida.
Yeah, I got a gut feeling too, and my goodness, it is not good. I'm about to dookie my britches again, so we need to wrap this up.
Well, I hope you don't crap your britches there, Sasha. I'll try to get on and make my pick. Florida sucks. I'll pick LSU.
All right, next game's kind of a weird one, but Tulane at Navy. Navy's looked like pure garbage in the last few games. I think they bounced back, and I think they beat Tulane.
I'm going to agree with you, Sasha. I think they need to bounce back because they have looked pretty bad, and they went from that undefeated season to now they're just kind of fighting for their lives right now. So I think they need this win, and with them being at home, I think they get it.
What don't you understand about? Let's wrap this up. My gosh, I'm about to crap my pants, guys.
Well, I mean, quit freaking out on us. Yeah, I'll pick Tulane. I just, I think Navy's lost something, and I don't know what happened. I know you said it was from Notre Dame whipping their tits, and when you get your tits whipped, and it's hard to bounce back, and I think they're just struggling right now. I think they're waking up and they're like, man, you remember when we got our tits slapped around by Notre Dame, and I think when they're at practice, and they're like, hey, let's run 26 sweet right, and the quarterback's like, what did he say? Run Notre Dame whipped our tits. I mean, I think it's just embedded in their mind, and I think when all you think about your tits whipped, it's like I said, it's hard to bounce back, and so I'll pick Tulane.
Guys, I don't have much time. All right, guys, yeah, let's hurry up. Next game, Clemson at Pittsburgh. I'm picking Pittsburgh because they're at home, and Clemson's terrible.
I'll pick Clemson. Let's wrap it up. Oh my gosh, that smells so terrible. Yeah, hurry up, Earl.
Why would I hurry up? I'm on location. I can't smell it.
Earl, pick the daggum pick.
My goodness, calm down. I'm scared. I'll pick Clemson.
Okay, game of the week. It's Tennessee at Georgia. I'll pick Georgia because I don't know why, but I'm just picking them.
I'm gonna pick Tennessee to get the win on the road. I
Hurry
really
up,
like
Mike.
their
Oh, my-
offense, and I think Georgia's just making too many
Oh,
mistakes.
it's running down my leg.
Oh my goodness, it is running down his legs, folks. Look, I know y'all are all trying to eat here at the
Why you
Great Blonde Pig Tavern.
Why you gotta show everybody,
But
Earl?
yeah, we're showing up on the big screen right now. Look, guys, that is Green Duke
Yes!
running down his leg. This is the
everywhere.
greatest moment of my life, for sure. Sasha has crapped his britches, everybody.
It's everywhere, guys. My
Yeah, he
gosh.
probably should go to the doctor and get that checked out. But I'll pick Georgia. I think Kirby Smart gets them fired up.
I'm gonna. These pants are ruined. My office chair's ruined. My gosh, guys, I'm so sorry. This did not turn out the way I planned, but hey, I powered through, and I told you I would do this podcast, even if it meant duking on myself, which that has happened, and I can't apologize enough. Hopefully we feel better for next week, but yeah, sorry about that, and yeah, we'll catch you next time.